Hey, I'm Matthew Lefthand. I'm a record-breaking ultra-cyclist, and I'm the dude you're calling because you want to get a gift for your cycling friend. Lucky for you, I've put together a list of 12 things that I love and I know that they will love as well. I've got a gift here for you, and I'll be real. Once you end up cycling seriously, you're gonna shave your legs and your arms. It's just what's gonna happen. The Bolt Razor has been my favorite for several reasons. It's made out of quality material, it has a heavy feel to it, it ends up lasting a long time, and I've definitely ended up cutting myself less often with it than other razors that I've used. The Bolt Razor is a great gift for cyclists that you know shave regularly. They'll enjoy it and they'll end up thanking you for it later. Saddle sores, seat issues are all too common among cyclists. Most cyclists just end up suffering through it and making it work, but Infinity Bike Seat can change that for you. When I switched to Infinity Bike Seat, I was able to do my training weeks completely seated and not have any issues. The Infinity Bike Seat has several models. This original one is popular. The A1X or E1X is one of the most popular. A1X is for the synthetic material, which is great for indoor training and outdoor rides where you're gonna get it wet and grimy. The E1X is a leather material which lasts a really long time if you take care of it and condition it regularly. I've heard stories of people using the Infinity Bike Seat mid-race on a race across America because they just can't sit on their normal seat anymore. They've literally been in contact with Infinity Seat, who's at the beginning of the race, called them up and said, I need one of your seats, and switched to it mid-race to save their race. The Infinity Bike Seat also comes in a TT specific version. This is the Infinity Bike Seat Air version, and it's specifically for TT bikes. This is the bike seat that I ran recently at Hoodoo on my TT bike, and it is my go-to TT bike seat from now on. The Infinity Bike Seat has these independent rails that move with you while you're biking, which in addition to reducing the pressure on your sit bones, reducing the pressure up front, just allows this seat to be seamless as you're in that TT aero position for so long. I encourage you to get it for cyclists that you know who are on their TT bike. This will make them more comfortable, which in the end makes them faster, makes them more enjoyable, makes them a better family member, makes them a better friend, and then you get to be the cool friend because you made them that way. Being in traffic as a cyclist is one of the most scary things that we do, and this makes it a lot more safe. The Wahoo Tracker radar essentially connects to your head unit or your bike computer and then tells you when cars are behind you. It's really cool because it shows how far the car is back, and it also gives you an extra warning if that car is coming faster than normal or a certain speed towards you. I want to tell you about one of my favorite gifts for a cyclist, and that is the Core body temperature sensor. This completely changed my racing this year. During Race Across the West, it was 115 degrees and the GPS at times said 120 degrees. Like, that's melting temperature. My crew got out of the car and was like, I don't even know how you're on the bike. Everyone suffered. Everyone talks about how bad it is. I was fine. Like, I did the adjusting in my pacing and I was bothered. I was hot, but because of this and what it allows you to do in training, I was able to handle the desert heat way better. The Core body temperature is an ultimate training device. It, through a series of sensors, takes an educated guess at what your internal temperature is at all times. And then what you are able to do is train to a point where your body adapts to handle heat better. It's helping professional athletes and amateur athletes across the board get better times, become faster, become more fit. The next item I want to share with you is both great for cycling and also for recovery. The Intake nose breathing bands. It's this guy that I have on right here. It's a magnetic attachment onto my nose. Is a great way to sleep well and also train well. I don't do only nose breathing through hardly any of my sessions right now, but the way that it keeps my airflow open in general, I don't get as congested on the bike. I've tried many to this point. They almost always end up coming off with sweat. They aren't as strong at holding your nose open, but the Intake breathing band, the adhesive stays on super well. I've done some really sweaty sessions and it doesn't peel off during even 2 sessions. I'll do 2 sessions in the day. I was expecting it to like take off skin because it was so powerful, but when I peeled it off, I was very pleasantly surprised that it just came right off. If they haven't tried no strips, this is the one to get them to try. A great gift for cyclists is the Halo headbands. They keep the sweat out of your eyes and they make your training inside way more enjoyable. I also have used them outside underneath my helmets to keep sweat out of my eyes on hot days. The way they do it is with this rubber seal. It comes along your forehead and essentially keeps the sweat from getting down on your face. You can get them both as a band, like the orange one that I'm wearing and the black one that I'm holding, or they also have this mesh top one, which is great to have different options for different needs. The Coral Stir is one of my favorite bike computers because of its battery life. The solar panel at the top of it allows it to recharge while you're out on a bike ride. And if you're in decent amount of sun, it'll actually gain battery life while you're out on the road. So I've started rides with less battery life than I end with them, especially big rides, like some of these 500 milers that I do. I don't lose any battery life with this. A big part about bike computers is that they give you a lot of feedback for how you're doing, what kind of effort you're putting in, and if you can't see that data, it's not super helpful. This bike computer allows me to see many data fields at the same time in an easily digestible form. One of my favorite gifts to get for cyclists are quality gear that they can train and race in. Hyperthreads is my go-to. You can get them customized, as you can see here, in your different teams or brands or whatever else you want to. One of my tips for getting gifts for cyclists as clothes is to go to a company like Hyperthreads that I really like, and they often have clearance or closeout ones that are on sale. These are expensive items, but you can get those as training items, so you can use them inside or outside, and then you're not putting wear on the ones that you want to race in and ride in more regularly when it matters most. One thing that I've learned about cycling is that if you want to race really well in the spring and the summer, you have to be training in the winter. And if you live somewhere that doesn't allow you to train outside all year round, an indoor trainer is one of the best tools that you're going to have at your disposal. The indoor trainers in the last few years have definitely stepped up their game, and there are many on the market that do a good job. Wahoo is my favorite brand for indoor trainers. This is the Kicker Move next to me right now. I've also tried out the Cores and love them. They're the most affordable option in the Wahoo line. They're starting to feel more and more like outdoor cycling. They're really great for steady efforts like I use them for all the time. The Kicker Move that's right here next to me is the one that I did the indoor world record on. I also have a Kicker Core, which is the most affordable option. I use it all the time. In fact, this cruise bike is set up on it, and it's one of my favorite for steady state Zone 2 rides. The Kicker bike is my favorite because it is always set up, it's always ready to go. I'm not wearing out my outdoor bike components. And the other reason it's my favorite is because it has the best road feel of an indoor trainer that I've used. A great gift for cyclists is this Usui hydration pack. They make several of these. This is the Race 2.0. And I've really enjoyed it because it allows me to go out even longer on my rides. One of the best benefits of wearing a hydration pack like this is it's actually been shown in air wind tunnel testing that this actually makes you faster on the bike because of the way the air travels over and around your head and back area. If you know a cyclist who likes to go out on long rides or wants to just be faster in general, this is a great gift for them. This is one of those gifts that you maybe haven't heard of, but is an amazing gift for your ultra cyclist or buddies who you know want to just go out on a long ride. This is a must-have gift for them. Cranktank is a system that allows you to replace your water bottle holders on your bike with this guy. This is 4 liters of water. In order to get that in bottles, you would need 4 of the extra large bottles, and you would actually end up having more weight from those water bottles than this tank. A really cool part of the Cranktank is that not only does it carry water in a good low position where you want your weight anyway, it also attaches to a hose where you bring a mouthpiece up to your handlebars. So you don't even have to reach down for bottles and you're not juggling bottles. You just pick up the hose on your handlebars and you got water hydration right there. The next gift that I want to share with you is one of my favorites. I've learned that training with fuel is one of the best ways to get the most out of yourself, to recover better, and to have more energy for all the other things you want to do throughout the day. Formula 369 is one of my favorite products that I use as a cyclist. I'm holding the recovery booster right now. This is the Formula 369 Endurance Mix. This mixes in your bottles with just water and is just carbs. 50% malto, 50% fructose. I like Formula 369 because it ends up in a liquid form, which is easier to eat on the bike, easier on your gut, and easier to get in more calories more often while you're on the bike. The Formula 369 Recovery Booster is typically something you would have after a ride. However, I've realized that the Formula 369 Recovery Booster is great to have while you're on the bike, especially if you're an ultra-cyclist. As an ultra-cyclist, you need to get fats and proteins, and the Recovery Booster is an amazing way to get that in a liquid form. I end up mixing it with coconut milk. That's where the fat comes from. The Recovery Booster has some complex carbs as well as the protein that you need while you're on the bike. While I'm biking with Formula 369, I end up mostly using the endurance formula, but I mix this in on the long days or on the race days where I want to stay topped off to my best. These are all items that I love and I know that will work great as a gift for your cycling friend. Check out the description for the links, leave a comment about which gift you're gonna get them, and we'll see you next time.